coming up in a matter of moments. His new movie is fantastic. It's outstanding. They're essentially calling it his Annie Hall. A critically acclaimed film. He wrote it, he directed in it, and he stars in it. And he's one of the funniest guys on the planet. And he's on the phone. Is he on the phone?
Yeah, Chris.
I didn't even know.
Here.
Chris, I didn't even know you were on the phone, and I was giving you that introduction.
Eisen, man.
How you doing?
I don't think it's my Annie Hall. It's more like my Freddie Got Fingered. But,
Have you heard that? Have you heard that though, Chris? It's being called your Annie Hall.
Yeah, but nothing's that good, man. I mean, come on. Is DeMarco marry Tony Dorsett? No, he's good, but he's not Tony Dorsett. You got to do it for a while.
Got it.
You know.
Okay.
Right. Is Kobe Jordan? No, he's not Jordan. He's good, though. I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah, either way, you'll take it. Chris Rock joining me here on The Rich Eisen Show. Top 5. It's been in theaters already for a few days. Go ahead and see it. It's hilarious, and it's got everybody under the sun in it, Chris. I mean, how long did it take you to get all these people to say yes in their schedules and get everybody on tap for your film?
You know, I made a lot of calls. I cashed in some favors. Adam Sandler, hey, you know, I did those grown-ups movies. How about you help me out? Seinfeld, remember when I was in B movie for, you know, one thing? Let's do something. Kevin Hart, I've done your show. Come on, man, be in my movie.
Right.
So, you know, you gotta call people on it sometimes.
Chris Rock of Top 5 is a movie out right now. Do you have a favorite NFL team, Chris? Is there one team that's above all that captures your fancy in the NFL?
No, I hate to admit it. I'm a Cowboy fan.
Really?
You know, I mean, I'm a Cowboy and a Jet fan. That make any sense?
Well, I mean, I've heard a lot of hybrids, but I've never heard the old Cowboy Jet fan.
I'm a Cowboy. I'm in the, you know, I grew up loving Tony Dorsett and, you know, America's team and all of that. You know, but I'm in New York, so who do I go see? I go see the Jets. So. Yeah,
you know, so Sandler's afflicted in the same way with the Jets, and he thinks wherever he watches the game and where he sits on the couch affects how the Jets play. He thinks he jinxes them by even going to the games.
No. The Jets, these last 2 years have been just, you know, sad, you know. Even Bill Cosby's happy he's not Geno Smith. Right.
It's not that bad for Geno, is it, Chris?
Hey, man, it's pretty bad, man. It is pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets are just.
Marcus Russell's going, what's he thinking? What's he thinking? The guy was wide open. That's what Marcus Russell's saying.
So then why the Cowboys? It's Dorsett growing up, watching the Cowboys of Landry and all those guys?
Pearson, yeah. Come on. You had to love that stuff.
So what now that they're faring better, are you locked into some of their games more often than not?
I do care. I got to say I do care.
Okay.
And when you're a Jet fan, you need an alternate every year. You really do.
So
you're like, okay, we're going to be, you know, we're going to actually have a football season for about 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's kind of over, and it's nice to find another team to follow, you know?
Mm-hmm. And the Cowboys are that team for you?
Yeah, sure, you know. Yeah, I mean, for most years. They're, at least, you know, they choke late. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to find a team that doesn't have that sort of trap door that opens on them in December or when you least expect it.
Yeah, you know, but at least they get to December.
Yeah.
You know, the Jets, the season's over by Halloween the last couple of years. You're like, okay, this is over. Yeah. You know, I don't understand them. I don't understand them.
Chris Rock.
I love Rex.
Yeah, you do like Rex.
I love Rex.
What do you like about him?
If I owned a Home Depot, I would hire Rex Ryan to run it. We would turn a tremendous profit.
Would he be the greeter at the door, Chris? You think?
I think he could run the whole thing, honestly. I think Rex can handle the responsibility.
Of a certain part, because, you know, of the certain department, though, Chris? Can you, I mean, you know...
well, not the offensive part of Home Depot. Not let him run the offensive part of Home Depot.
Chris Rock joining me here on The Rich Eisen Show now.
What was can somebody explain the whole, like, hey, Michael Vick, we don't want you to even be ready to play. What was that philosophy? What was that about?
Chris, there seems to be a.
Somebody explain that to me.
Sure, I'll do my best.
You're backing up the worst quarterback in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want you to be ready. We don't even want to give you snaps in preseason. That's, you know.
There appears to be a flow chart issue with the Jets, Chris. There appears to be, whether Rex is fully in charge or not. The guy above him really wants him around and is trying to, configure the roster in a way that gets Rex out the door. There's a lot going on there, man. It's very dysfunctional.
Okay.
I know.
I'm just like, that just never made sense to me.
From the very beginning.
I can understand if Mike Vick's backing up Peyton Manning. Okay, put on 10 pounds. Get a comfortable seat.
This is great.
But you're backing up Geno Smith. You should, I don't know.
Hey, Chris, if I made you commissioner for the day, you are now in charge of the National Football League. What Chris Rock rule would be instituted in the National Football League?
Chris Rock rule?
Yes.
You know what? I'm like the crazy. I'd get rid of the helmets.
Why?
Get rid of the helmets, and no one would ever hit that hard, and guys would have longer careers.
Interesting. So remove the helmets. It would be helmet.
The helmet is what makes you run into people with reckless abandon. That's what makes you go,
Right.
You wouldn't even run that fast, honestly, if you didn't have a helmet on. Defense anyway.
Yeah. So the helmetless National Football League, if Chris Rock
I would have
was
the
in charge.
helmetless National Football League. And when you get knocked out, you'd really get knocked out, though. That would look good, too.
And you'd see people do that. I got it.
You'd see that, too. So I don't know.
Chris, I've got my top 5 right here. Because I know that's a running theme throughout your movie is the top 5 hip-hop artists of all time. And that's a running theme throughout your great movie, which, by the way, is in theaters right now, top 5.
Top 5 in theaters right now.
Would you like to hear my top 5?
Let's do it. What you got?
Okay, I got number 1. I'm from Staten Island, so Wu-Tang Clan's number 1.
Okay, you can't argue with that.
Okay, I mean they're the streetwise troubadours of Staten Island, so that's the Wu-Tang Clan. I'm a University of Michigan guy, so I go Eminem too.
Can't argue with that.
Okay, so far so good. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3 is the Fresh Prince, Will Smith.
Wow. You know what? I won't even argue with that. If I had seen the Fresh Prince live,
Okay.
him and Jazzy Jeff were amazing live. So.
Okay, so I'm doing well so far, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, 4.
Some people would give you, some people would give you grief on the Fresh Prince, but not me.
Okay, you'll give me a pass then. Okay. 4 is Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, he's one of the greats.
Okay, and
Underrated,
number
honestly.
5 is Limp Bizkit.
Wow.
Just because I like saying that.
I won't go that far, but we all like the Nookie. Like, who doesn't like the Nookie? Like, you can hate Fred Durst, but when the Nookie comes on, you're like, oh,
You give me a pass on that.
Yeah.
Chris Rock joining me here. Before I let you go, I want to ask you about Farley, because there are many times when I see in movies right now, and I think he'd be great in some of these movies right now.
I know.
Chris Farley. Do you think that sometimes when you see something going on, whether it's a movie or anything, you think Farley would have been great in that?
Oh, I mean, we love Kevin James, but you can't do Grown-Ups and not think Farley would have had this part.
Right.
You're like, hey, Kevin, I love you. Hey, I miss Chris, man. I see everything Jack Black does, everything, most people, or anything a lot of guys do.
Right.
Chris Farley would have been amazing. Chris Farley was the original Shrek.
I didn't know that.
Yep, he was Shrek.
No
and
kidding.
They replaced him after he died.
Wow, that I did not know.
A little bit of trivia.
A little bit of Chris Farley trivia right there. And who makes you laugh the most, Chris? Who makes
me laugh the most?
Yeah, who cracks you up?
Right now, Kevin Hart's making me laugh.
He is funny.
Louis C.K. makes me laugh hard. This guy Hannibal Buress makes me laugh. Amy Schumer is really funny.
She is.
There's a lot of funny people out there right now.
And Kevin
Jim
Hart's
Gaffigan, who's better than him?
Kevin Hart's great in your movie too.
Oh, he's great. He's really good.
He's fantastic. Hey, Chris, thanks for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
I already look forward to the next time if there can be one shortly. And your movie's great. Congratulations on it.
Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for calling in.
care.
You bet. That's Chris Rock.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.